Looping isn't everything as a survivor in Dead by Daylight. So much of Dead by Daylight boils down to decision making, and so in today's bootcamp video, we're actually looking at a player who thinks they need help with their looping, but in reality needs help with their decision making, knowing where to be and what to be doing to give their team space to get things done.
I feel like I understand a lot of the theory, I guess, around how to play Survivor, but I just in practice I don't really I struggle with executing it sometimes, and particularly in the field of being chased, right? I just seem to not last long enough in a chase for really any of my teammates to get much done. Be a little shaky too because I'm a little bit nervous.
No judgment.
Okay,
guys, can we get a bunch of hype in chat for
might want to start with the gen up here.
That would be
just
great
to get it out of the way. Ooh, a fearmonger.
Okay, fearmonger. So you're painting your camera around, very smart, especially if it could be like a stealth killer or something like that. And they can only come from one direction. That's the good news, right?
Yeah, I'm just a little nervous. If someone does come up here, I won't really be able to use my balanced. Oh, it is. Ghosty. Okay.
Yeah. It's okay. You're on a gen. You're paying attention, which is good.
Going to hook, I'm assuming. Ooh, that's a pain res.
Pain res. Okay. Okay. Might be coming up. We'll see.
Yeah. Well.
Might be stealthed. We'll see. Yeah, you don't want to drop down unless because you don't want to drop into his arms. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, there it is.
All right. So. Yeah. I don't know if there was really much I.
No, not a lot.
Whoops. Yeah, I got stuck on the edge there.
It's okay. They waited out the dead hard. They played it really safe, so it's only chase number one. Okay, Felix. All right. Felix
what is going on here?
Yeah, Felix is a juicer. Confirmed. Okay. Mika's on a gen. Good on hooks here.
Oh.
Good time to heal where you guys know where the killer is and could be coming from. Just keep your eyes peeled.
Good point.
Especially with a stealth killer. If you know that, like, okay, they're at that tile, then if you run further, you may kind of remove that.
Wondering, should I take a hit for him here? Like,
no, he hasn't been hooked yet. So at this point, like, trust their ability to loop. I know in solo queue that's rough, but you're better off because if he chooses to down you and hook you, you're on stage 2. That puts the whole team in a bad spot.
Right. Okay.
Now, if he was like on death hook, like he'd already been hooked twice, he's ready for a third. Okay, you take that hit, you know, maybe buy him some time.
Right.
Okay, there's the whole team over there. God. So at this point, yeah, that middle gen might be good to get out of the way. He's been revealed. And Vittorio didn't heal that whole time.
I can see him through that, that little crack. Okay, well.
Yeah, the team's really busted up right now. They got to really start splitting up and spreading out. They're playing as if Murder Mittens is the person we're doing a boot camp for.
Oops. This is not. I don't know if this is a very good pallet.
It's definitely a bad pallet. I'm really scared for you. Get that vault. That was smart. That was a clutch play. Good stuff.
Ooh. Oh, my exhaustion, though, please.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Now, yeah, wait to use it because you might double back around. I wouldn't get on the gen, though, because Mindbreaker might get you.
Hello?
Okay.
No, they're gone.
Yeah, yeah. I think you're good now. Yep. Ah, we say that. All right. Balance landing your way out of here. W all the way to Shack if you have to. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, finally I got exposed here, so.
Yeah, hopefully Shaq's got something for you, but...
Pallet is here. Shell took a hit for me, which is nice.
Okay, well, she might vault the window. Good job catching that.
Oh, the double vault.
Alright, now survivors, we don't need you crowding around our...
Okay, I really got mind gamed there.
Yeah, we need the survivors to... You guys need to disperse and play the game, instead of... If our... if the person we're doing the boot camp for can't loop or anything because they're getting sandbagged, it kind of...
I'm not really sure why I was taken in through the...
I think that they were worried, I think, about the firecracker. I would be careful. I wouldn't heal out here. Oh, you have bite the bullet. Okay.
Yes, I do.
If they have nurses, it could be risky, but yeah, bite the bullet, not bad. Yeah, we need our other survivors to give some space. If they don't give you space, you're not going to be able to loop effectively because they're just going to take hits for you, and that defeats the purpose.
Right, okay. Well, I like the idea of doing the gen right next to Shaq.
Yeah.
But I'm worried that I didn't get to do the middle one.
Hopefully, yeah, I mean, the fact that nobody else has done a gen right now is very strange. In theory, your team would be going, and they would maybe pick up where you left off or something like that, but...
Yeah, I think it's fine as long as it hasn't regressed too much.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell with the pain res, though. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, the Vittorio is gonna die here.
Yep.
That's unfortunate. Alright, next... Oh, yeah. Blindness, I can't see where it is. There it is. I was gonna say, maybe I can go towards the middle there, but... That's exactly where they are.
Yeah, you might play this there, we'll see. They get a Mori. So you'll definitely need one of these gens, because he's got a good 3 gen over here. So you'll need to maybe hide here. Don't work on this yet, because they'll hear it. But maybe just hang out here and let them leave. Yeah, and then work on this gen. Might be a good idea. Unless they come back. I don't...
Oh, that other one looks like it's got some progress on it.
That's good.
Through the
Pressure
window.
in multiple places.
Yeah.
Now, against a Ghostface, you might want to actually be in the middle of the gen instead of the side. If he rounds this corner and grabs you, could be a really bad spot.
Oh, right.
That's a... You'll just kind of learn these like little killer things, but I think your looping earlier was actually really solid. I think you're paying attention to corners. I think you're being appropriately apprehensive where you need to be.
Another thing I think I struggle with a lot, though, is knowing, I guess, which tiles to stay on and which to leave, or if I should go to a different one, or, you know,
that's fair.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, those situations are really quite specific. Really, the idea is if
okay, I think I saw him. I don't know if he was coming over here though.
Yeah, he might be. It's tough to know. That's okay.
Nope.
You guys have time.
All right.
Once you guys finish this, you'll need to split up though, because with one person dead, the killer will be aligned to this area. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, go separate.
I might actually go around this way.
Uh-huh. Yeah, pull the aggro.
Oh, he's already on me here.
Okay.
But yeah, because there's no gens over here.
No.
At all.
And that gives the Felix a little bit of space. Even if you take the hit and go all the way out to Shaq, you know.
I can get, enough distance. Oh.
They might try to
someone else went for the save already.
Yeah. That was what we were hoping for. Good job. Good patience. Okay, we saw it through the window. Good stuff. You're doing really well. He's on his way. Oh, he's
God damn it, the hook.
Good work. Good fast vault. They maybe double vaulted. They're revealed, which is good. It's very helpful.
Oh, I almost made the exact same mistake. Hello, Cheryl.
Yeah, Cheryl's gonna body block for you. No, but you gave him the free. Oh no! And your team's not on the last gen. Oof.
Oh, they're doing the hovering.
Yeah.
For the save.
Yeah, and then they didn't. Yeah. So I think it was really solid work. I think the anxiety of like he could one-shot me. Just remember there that the Cheryl. I mean, the good news, the Cheryl was in the doorway, so the Ghostface would have had to have hit her to get to you. So just remember to slow down.
I kind of panic vaulted there.
It happens. I still do it sometimes. Okay. So
I can. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can just heal myself, but.
Yeah, I don't think this Ghostface is in a losing situation if they put the other Cheryl on hook. So you guys will need to beeline. You remember where the other Cheryl was?
Around here or something?
Yeah. So they were likely on a gen that has decent progress. So you want to pick up where they left off for the last gen if you can.
It's this one here, I think.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Instead of starting another gen fresh, you know, if they're going to get looped for 30, 45 seconds, that's plenty of time to get this gen. And then, you know, if she has adrenaline, then it, you know, so.
Okay, there he is. I don't know if I can read this.
There's two of you on it, so.
Yeah, that's true.
You guys will be able to. It takes, you know, a good amount of time to get on a hook. If it was just you, it'd be a little risky. But.
Right. See if I can't go around here.
Here the tear radius isn't getting smaller. Oh, they cloaked up and went back, I think.
Oh, they're at the middle over there.
Yeah.
So now I would take a hit here because, well, I was trying to go for the pallet, but.
Oh no! I have an ulcer. Yeah, that happens. That happens. Yeah, in some cases you'd want to take a hit, but realistically, and this is tough, in solo queue, if somebody just came off the hook, they have that built-in borrow time, so they do have some endurance. They also could have off the record, they could have decisive strike. So it's kind of a gamble on like what the quote-unquote right choice would be there. I don't think you made the wrong choice necessarily. In terms of your stuff, I think that, I think you're a lot further along and better than maybe you think you are. I think patience in all things is really important with DBD. So here, we talked about it in the moment, but I wonder if in the moment you would have jumped down preemptively or too early, or you know, things like that. So generally just keep that patience in the back of your mind. I don't think you did anything necessarily wrong there, but I think, you know, maybe it could have gone poorly.
Yeah.
So this is a really good spot to kind of talk about things. So, generally, if you're injured, LT walls are a little bit dicey. It kind of depends on your capability.
Right.
So with this, there's two things you could have done. Obviously you could have held W, which is like the standard, like kind of get out of jail free card a little bit. You take the hit and then you leave. The problem here is that you don't really have a good safe spot. The killer has you in a spot where you can't really get a good fast vault here without them being able to double back.
Yeah.
So in this instance, the other thing you could have done is run to this wall instead, right here on this edge. If you're on that wall, that's the T. The T is the safer part of an LT. Because it's got so much more wall to it. But if you hover this corner here, then you'd be able to see where the Ghostface chooses to go. So if he went this way, then you could leave the loop. You could, you know, continue to run it this way, like through and out. If the Ghostface comes in, then you can go around. So you want to put yourself at angles where you have something to kind of work with. And I think in this instance, you were maybe a little torn between like, should I leave and should I stay on this thing? Which is kind of what you talked about a little bit earlier. So
yeah, I have a bit of an indecisiveness thing going on there.
And that makes sense. And you know, I appreciate mid-match that you ask questions. Should I take this hit right now? And then we can kind of talk about that, because that means that you're actively kind of, you're not just autopiloting, right? You're really being like, oh, is this the right call? I'm not sure. That means that you're on that cusp. You're on that precipice. And that's, you know, pretty well exampled by how you play the game. This was nuts, actually. I kind of expected you to take a hit here or maybe accidentally get stalked up, but you played this very patiently. You looked for the example, and then you went back and you got the fast vault. So that is like a high level technique of like, oh, I don't need this pallet. I can actually just hit the window. That's good. You're on that cusp, like I said. So that's something to be very proud of. Take that to the bank. Again, I think you did really good at Shack. You're patient, so you're not, you know, a lot of people at Shack, they're just gonna go through and like, oh, I'm just gonna throw the pallet, or I'm, you know, when they're that low level player, they're not gonna wait. But as a survivor, you have to stand here, wait, see what the killer's gonna do, and so you waited, because at this point the killer could just round the outside. If you had walked over here without ensuring that they walked into the shack, they could just meet you on the other side. You waited to be sure that they were like actually going to commit to that, and that's what you should be doing. That's great. Teammates were here. I mean, it's not anyone's fault you went down necessarily, because at some point you lost track of Ghostface, but that may be due to noise as well. In this moment right here, if you don't see a red stain and you don't see a red stain, it's probably good to go back. That's the general rule of like, if there's no red stain here, generally it's better to go back. Now, it's
better to stay at a corner, isn't it? So that you can see more.
Typically, yeah.
Around both sides, yeah.
Yeah, and had you stayed here, I mean, he technically at one point he was right here, so staying here wasn't necessarily an option, right? Because they vaulted out and then they vaulted back in. But so this is, and you'll kind of see this a lot with like long wall jungle gyms where there's a windows. Like a lot of killers will try to moonwalk, so they'll put their red stain facing one direction and try to come around the corner backwards. That could happen here. Yeah, I think that from what you told us before you started, I think you sold yourself maybe a little bit short. I think you did pretty well. You have all of the basics. You logically, like, your knowledge is so good that like it just needs to be like sort of hardened into an instinctual sort of behavior, I think.
Oh man, okay.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you. If you have any questions, you let us know, all right?
Yeah, no problem. Thank you as well.
Of course. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, see ya.